Shalom, shalom. I'd like to say Kal Halalam Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and all the teachers of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutation to the elect men who's pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say Shalom. And to the Aquath out there, which means sisters, who's just sitting back, paying attention, listening, and learning in silence. To you I say Shalom. I wanted to get into a lesson today, and the topic of this lesson is: Can these Edomites become more proud? So I'm gonna just play a short video of this proud Edomite. This proud Edomite, right? I just want to play this video. So let me just jump into that.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir. And then I'll see some rebel Republican, some guy that wants to grandstand, say, I think that Congress should take over negotiations. Let me tell you, you don't negotiate like I negotiate. I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate, because I told them if you retaliate, we're going to double it. And that's what I did with China, because they did retaliate. So we'll see how it all works out. I think it's going to work out amazing. I think that our country is going to be at the end of a year or shorter, but I think we're going to have something that nobody would have dreamt possible. They're all calling, how do we do this? They all want to make a deal. Somebody had to do what we did, and I did a 90-day pause for the...
Yeah, man, there you have it. This proud Edomite speaking, through his ass. But these tariffs are only gonna hurt you Babylonians, really, because the rich, which the oligarchy, the millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires who DJ Trump caters to, they're not worried about these tariffs. They're okay. They live lavishly. The people who are worried about these tariffs are the middle class and the poor. You know why? Because when the food comes in from Mexico, or the food comes in from Canada, or your food comes in from China, that tariff is only going to make your products more expensive. It's only going to make what you're buying more expensive, right? Now, your Forever 21, where do you think they get their products from? Where do you think their merchandise come from? China. Aldo's, China. Like there's right now, you if you look on TikTok, you can see all your products, everything that you consume, 80% of it comes from China. Now 145% means it's going to double. It's going to actually be so expensive for you to live over there. It's going to be unreal. He's talking about by the end of the year, you're going to see a change. Some of you people aren't going to survive until the end of the year. Your food is going to be more expensive. What you wear is going to be more expensive, right? You're going to have to pretty much recycle your clothes and try to find food somewhere else, because it's going to get crazy over there for you Babylonians, man. But anyway, without further ado, let me jump into some precepts. Now, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 31. It says, Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud. And the word I want to focus on here is most proud, right? Because when you look at the Edomite, when you look at the Ishmaelites, you so-called Arabs, you guys are not as proud as these people. I don't see it. In fact, we rarely see this amongst you people. When you look at the Moabites, you so-called Chinese, I don't see it. You guys have a lot to be proud about, because you guys are the most millionaires, right? Your country has developed so much, but you're not as proud as these Babylonians, right? These Assyrians, you're not as proud as them, right? When you look at the Japanese, when you look at the Ishmaelites, right? I don't see it. I'm sorry, not the Ishmaelites, the Elamites. When I don't see it, I don't see you people being as proud as these Edomites. So this scripture, this chapter is pretty much going against you so-called Babylonians, you Edomites, you so-called white people, right? It says, Behold, I'm against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, for thy day is come, right? It said that is come the time that I will visit thee. And we know that the Most High Yahweh doesn't is not gonna get off his throne, leave his kingdom to come down on earth to visit you. To do what? To have conversations with you, to let you know what he's going to do? No. He sends his prophets on the highways and the byways to tell you that he's coming to visit your place. With what? With destruction. That's how he's going to visit this place, with destruction, with famine, right? He's judging you people now through this. So these tariffs are what you call judgment. Famine, judgment. Pestilences, judgment. Wars, judgment. Civil unrest, judgment. So this is how the Most High is visiting you people, right? Verse 32, it says, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Now let's look at that word kindle in the blue letter. Kindle. It says to kindle, burn, set on fire. So the Most High is going to set your cities on fire. This is what it means. He's going to set your cities on fire. Jeremiah 50 and 32. It says, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and shall not rise up, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. So these fires that's going to be set within your cities are going to be set by missiles, nuclear missiles. This is how your destruction is coming, by way of nuclear missiles. Now, when you go into verse 33, it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah, which is the southern and northern kingdom of the children of Israel, were oppressed together, right? All that took them, all that took them captives, held them fast. They refused to let them go. So we know the children of Israel, right? And so the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom were held together in the land of Babylon, which is America, right? As slaves, right? You held them captives. Even today, they're held captives. You treat the Native Americans like shit. You treat the so-called black people like shit. The Latin Americans like shit, right? You call them spics, niggers, like wetbacks, all these names you give to them. You have them in captivity now, right? And you refuse to let them go. But what happened? When Pharaoh back in Egypt refused to let the children of Israel go, what did the Most High do? The Most High laid plagues upon your cities. The Most High punished you Babylonians for what you did to the children of Israel, because you didn't want to let them go. In today's day, you still don't want to let them go. So what's going to happen is the Most High is visiting you, and he's going to cause the same plagues, the punishments, to come upon you for what you have done and what you are doing to the children of Israel, right? It says the Redeemer is strong, and the Redeemer here is Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. It says the Lord of hosts is his name, the Lord of armies, that's his name. It says Yahweh of armies is his name, right? It says he shall thoroughly plead their cause, right? So pretty much he's going to defend them, that he may give rest to the land. So he's going to give rest to the people, because finally their Redeemer has come, right? And disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Now let's look up the word disquiet and see what that means. Disquiet, to quake, rage, quiver, to be agitated, be excited, be perturbed, to quake, to disquiet, to excite. So let me get that back here. It says pretty much to shake the inhabitants of Babylon. So the Most High is going to shake the inhabitants of Babylon when the Redeemer comes. So when Yahushua come to redeem his people, he's going to pretty much destroy Babylon. He's going to make the place shake, right? Now, yeah, that's that on that. Yeah, so pretty much what's going to happen to you people, man, you people are going to get it. Your time has come. The Most High is going to visit you. He's going to lay a destruction on you for what you have done to the children of Israel. Right? Now, this is Proverbs 18, Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before destruction. So we see how proud this man was. Oh, these nations, they're all calling me up. They're kissing my ass asking for a deal, which we know is a lie, right? And an haughty spirit, it says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. So this pride that this man has, let me get something. This is Obadiah. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So because this man is so proud, he feels like no kingdom, no nation can destroy him. That's how he feels. But what he does not know is that China, Russia, Iran, his people, his allies, right? They're the ones who's going to bring them down. But not because they want to, but because Yahweh put it in their hearts to do so, right? Proverbs 21 and 1, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord Yahweh, right? So the Most High is the one who's going to do this, right? Let me finish this precept and then get that one. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Obadiah 1 and 4. Thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So let me break this down for you. It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. So because these Edomites, Donald Trump specifically now, is so proud, his pride has deceived him to make him think that he's going to win this trade war that's going on right now with all these other countries. But what he doesn't know is that this is a prophecy that's coming from Yahweh that's saying your destruction is near. Your people are going to feel it. That the middle class and the poor is going to feel it right now. The elites, not so much right now. But when the destruction comes, that's when you elites are going to feel it. It says, though thou dwellest in the cliffs of the rock. So we know that you people dwell in, like to live high, in high rises. First of all, you came out of you came um out of the caves. You're pretty much a caveman. This is what it's saying, right? It says, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So you guys have the most powerful navy in the world, so you feel like no one can take you down. But like I mentioned, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai is going to use these nations to take you down, right? It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? Because the eagle is, I think, the highest flying bird, right? So you feel like because you are the highest flying bird, no one can bring you down. It says, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So your nest amongst the stars pretty much means you abiding amongst the Israelites. But what's going to happen is the elect amongst the children of Israel are going to be delivered, and then your destruction is going to come. That's how Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, is going to bring you down to the ground, right? Now, let me get Proverbs 21 and 1. Uh, Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Most High is the one who's in control of these kings, these rulers, these princes. The Most High is the one who's directing their steps. The Most High is the one who put it in their heart to do what's going on right now. China, Russia, Iran. The Most High is the one who's in control of them. Right? Just wanted to make that clear. Now back to Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than divide the spoil with the proud. All right, so this is back to Isaiah 13 and 11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil. So the world is going to be punished for their evil, right? And the wicked for their iniquity. So the world, the entire world, is going to be punished for the evil, mostly the evil that they did are done to the children of Israel, right? Also for destroying the land. These people are going to be punished. It says, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Now I'm going to read that again. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil. That's a separation. And the wicked for their iniquity. The wicked would be the so called Edomites, Esau, Edom, the so called white man. They're the ones who's considered the wicked right now, pursuant to Job 9:24. Let me grab that. Job 9, verse 24. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he. So right now we know the wicked are the ones who's running the world. They're the ones who's in power. They're the ones who goes around the world, try to um, pretty much spread their wings and their tentacles in every nation. They're the ones who is in control with all of these NGOs, right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So we just let you know who the wicked is. So back to Isaiah 13 and 11, it says, and the wicked for their iniquity. So the Mosai is going to punish these Edomites, these so-called white people, for the wickedness that they have done upon the face of the earth, especially to the children of Israel. Now it says, and I will cause the arrogancy, which we just saw Trump being very arrogant and proud, right? It says, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Once your destruction comes, your stock market gets wiped out, your economic collapse, your world collapse, your arrogancy and your proud self is going to cease. You're not going to be acting the way you're acting right now. It says, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, right? So these are things that's prophesied to happen to you Babylonians. And these things are inevitable. It's going to happen, right? I think I have another precept. Let me grab that. Yeah, pretty much. I think that is it, right? Because Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, sees the oppression of his people. He knows what his people are going through, especially the elect, the injustice, the captivity. The Most High did not forget what you Edomites did. In fact, he didn't forget what all of you people did to the children of Israel, right? And this is the reason why it's time. It's time for punishment. Punishment for you Edomites, punishment for you Ishmaelites, punishment for the Moabites. All of you, all these nations are going to be punished for all the wickedness that they did to the children of Israel, right? And before all of you get punished, the Redeemer, which is Yahweh Shai, is going to come and he's going to set his people free. He's going to rescue them. And how is he going to rescue them? Right? This is what you Christians call the rapture. He's pretty much going to get the chariots are going to come, the Israelites are going to be beamed up, and that's how they're going to be saved. That is it. That is it, right? And Babylon, which is America, is going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles, pursuant to Isaiah, not Isaiah, Jeremiah 50 and I think 32. I just read it. Jeremiah 50 and verse 32. It says, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. So this is what's going to take away. This is what's going to happen to you people in Babylon. Your destruction is at hand. All praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem or Hakodash. A double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and all the teachers of Wicked and Stone who rule and teach well. Peace, salutation to the elect who's pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say, Shalom.